And news just in, the National Prosecuting Authority has confirmed to ANN7 that its asset forfeiture unit is set to freeze assets worth 1.6 billion rand belonging to Trillian and Mckinsey. The NPA's asset forfeiture unit has obtained a preservative order on December the 14th to freeze assets to the value of 1.6 billion rand. The order is to be served to both firms on Tuesday and relates to the work that both companies did for power utility Eskom. And both firms have been given 90 days to prove that the contracts with the state-owned entity were lawfully awarded. The NDPP head Sean Abrams approved the preservation orders. And for more on the story, we're joined by my colleague, Audrey Chimwanda. Good evening to you, Audrey. Thanks for joining us. Just give us a little bit of detail and explain what the NPA has confirmed to ANN7.
Well, Cindy, not to repeat what you've already said in the introduction, I'll go through what the NPA has confirmed and what indeed they have denied with regards to this preservation process that they're going ahead with. The NPA has denied that it is planning to seize Gupta assets. This is contrary to media reports that are doing the rounds at the moment. And we do know that the companies that are involved in this would be Mckinsey and Trillian, and the onus is up to them to prove that the assets that they have are indeed lawfully obtained assets, and if they fail to do so indeed, then the application could be successful and the assets will be seized. At this point, we'll expect the asset forfeiture unit to then go ahead and step in.
Yeah, and looking at the ballpark figure, 1.6 billion rand, it seems to be the same amount that Eskom wanted to recoup from the two firms, if you remember, in October last year.
Cindy, this 1.6 billion rand figure is quite familiar to us. You remember suspended head of legal compliance for Eskom back then, Suzanne Daniels, had issued letters of demand to Mckinsey and Trillian back in October, as you've already alluded to the value of 1.6 billion, which is the amount collectively paid to both companies. There were issues to do with the rules of engagement. The monies paid to both companies having been said that they were not legal. There was issues to do with the hourly rate that was supposed to have been paid to this company and not the percentage rate as the preliminary investigations had brought out.
Audrey, we'll leave it there. Thanks indeed for the clarity. That's my colleague Audrey Chimwanda speaking to us on that news just in. The NPA confirming that the asset forfeiture unit will freeze the assets of Trillian and Mckinsey to the value of 1.6 billion rand.